Welcome to Yep Yeah Yes with Marissa and Tamika. Today we're discussing pet peeves and other relationship enders. Here's hoping that mine and Marissa's friendship doesn't end. How are you, homie?
I'm not feeling that great.
No?
I think it's the pollen Mageddon that's getting to me.
Oh, see, last week you laughed when I was talking about allergies but my allergist said that it's like from over 500 miles away on Long Island that it's been happening since last year. So people that don't normally get allergies are like going through it.
They're gonna get it. How's your cough?
It's still like on the precipice. Is that the right word? Of coming up. I actually had a chest X-ray, so I'm waiting to get the results back, see if everything's okay. I almost lied to my doctor when she's like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm doing good."
Do not lie.
Then she's like, "Oh, you're coming in. You gotta take a test." So yeah, I took the X-ray, so I've just gotta wait for her to let me know that everything's okay. It's just allergies or something more serious. But other than that, I'm good. I only cough when I have a conversation or when I'm talking. So whatever.
So I want to talk to you about some pet peeves.
Okay.
I got a lot of them.
You do?
I've got a ton of them. I want to talk about one that you and I both have, but you have been the victim of.
What's that?
When people's talking, they spit all their food on you.
Oh my gosh. This just happened the other day.
I know.
I had to leave the room.
You had to leave the location.
I left the entire...
You left the location?
I was like, bye, y'all. Bye, Felicia. I'm out of here. I couldn't.
Have you ever had somebody land right on your lip?
Yes. And I stood there like...
Dying on the inside?
Dying on the inside, not hearing... All of a sudden, they were talking. It was like... I didn't hear anything they were saying. I don't even remember who the hell it was. But I remember the upper left corner of my lip. And it was like... when you have something on your lip normally, like you're eating or something, you are inclined to like lip your lick, like to clean yourself.
Lick your lip.
Lip your lick.
Lip your lip. Lick your lip.
Lick your lip. What did I say?
Lick your lip. No, lip your lick.
Okay. Well, it's like a normal thing. You want to clean yourself, like we're humans.
Yeah.
I kept saying to me, don't clean your lip. Don't clean your lip. Don't lick it. Don't lick it.
Don't do it.
And so, finally it was like, I didn't even talk. I was like,
Oh my gosh.
It's bad. What do you do in that situation?
Die. And then
when you are resurrected.
Once I'm resurrected, three things. If I know the person, I step back and make a joke like, "Oh my God, say it, don't spray it." Or I'm like, I begin to wipe my face so much so that they get self-conscious and they start to step back and wipe their own face. Or I say nothing and just deal with the utter shame and possible disease that I'm walking away with. Is
it okay with the whole lip thing, spitting on a lip or whatever?
On your face.
Is it easier to accept from one person than the other?
No. It's disgusting.
Every equal disgust.
Equal disgust. Yeah.
You have children, so your kids spit on you. You're like,
I
feel like kids are worse. Like if a kid spits on me, I'm like.
Or when they cough in your face, or sneeze in your face.
Or here's another pet peeve. Since we're on the topic, kids. These parents that parade their kids around with the boogers hanging out their nose.
Oh, I hate that.
I mean, the world has wet wipes now.
And boogie wipes.
Those are great. Shout out to boogie wipes. I use boogie wipes.
I still use them.
But it's like, could you wipe your kid's nose?
I hate that so much.
It always reminds me of that episode of Martin. Remember he played a little boy?
And he has the crusty
Yeah, he had the crusty lip, crusty nose.
What are you doing?
Yes, exactly.
I remember you and I went to some carnival. And there was a friend of someone that you knew, and their child there was like snot bubbles going and everything. And I just happened to have wipies, and I cleaned his face, and asked him to blow his nose and stuff, and I thought to myself, I'm on that 6th degree of separation. I should not be cleaning this kid's nose
I
and
don't
asking
even
him to
remember
blow.
that.
I remember. I'm disgusted.
I'm not even gonna ask you who it is because
it doesn't
the
matter.
kid is probably much older now,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna always give that kid an evil eye whenever I look at it. Like, oh, you're the one with the nasty nip, nasty nip. Listen, nasty nose, lip, whatever. Yeah, that's me. That's like.
I got another one, and I know you're gonna cringe. I wish people could see your face right now. When people put their hand in your bag of chips.
See, this is why I don't talk to certain family members no more. Talking about relationship enders. Get your crusty hand out of my bag of Lay's. What are you doing? Especially a single bag? Like, really?
A single, oh my god.
That's even worse.
I think the bigger bag is worse because it's a desire that you have and you got to see that sitting in your pantry or in your snack pack and you're like, this mofo.
Like, I be sitting there sometimes, I go to somebody's house to be like, man, I know they got Doritos up in the cabinet.
But you can't eat
and
them.
They'll be like, do you want Doritos? And I see the bag coming out. I'm like, oh, yeah. And then when I see that the bag is already open, I'm like, nah.
No thanks.
No thanks. Even if they're the type of person that just, shakes them on a napkin. I don't know that to be true. You know what I mean?
All the time.
100%, right. And whenever I see somebody like leaning against the counter with their hand in a bag of Doritos, talking, now I'm fearing that Dorito dust is gonna land on my lip. And
oh my god,
they got their crusty hand in a bag of Doritos,
and then they lick their fingers, and then they touch everything.
And then if it's a dude, I'm like, bro, you probably didn't even wash your hands, because guys don't wash their hand. They think
they don't.
When they touch their wee wee that it's clean. So they just go about their day. So, and then they go on, and then put their hands in a bag of Doritos.
I'm disgusted right now. You know what? I just thought of another one. I'm gonna cringe on the inside. Oh God. Okay. So you know how like when what? Okay.
Don't make me throw up, please.
I know. I'm sorry. So you did this to me, and this is all your fault.
Okay.
You ever see the way somebody puts their like bag of chips, I'll say, or like cereal away,
right?
And they don't seal it enough that it's fresh.
You
seal it in such a way
that
it's
side,
and then
in
roll
the middle.
it. But you know what else you did to me? The way people, like, sometimes when you're at a grocery store, sometimes depending on where you are, there's like somebody that helps. The way they pack my groceries is an utter disgust to me.
The bread don't go with the can.
No, and they just throw everything in a bag.
And you know how much stuff you can get in a bag if you pack it right?
But this is the one thing. I need to take a photo one day, because one day you and I went grocery shopping together, and you helped me, and you put stuff in a bag. And when I picked up that perfectly balanced, weighted, perfectly laid out bag, I was like, wow. And then from that moment on, I have forever been changed, and I'm unable. And it's unfathomable to me to have somebody else pack my groceries, to the point where I do. Thankfully, my grocery store has like these little guns where you can like check out on to scan it yourself.
Scan and pack.
So I can pack it myself, and when that's broken, I feel like I'm the type to like be the curmudgeon and go to the manager and ask what's wrong and when it's going to be back up, because it ruins. I've been at the point where I've called the manager to complain from the parking lot as I'm repacking my groceries, because I'm utterly disgusted at the way someone packed my groceries.
I shout out to Wise, I don't know how you say it anymore, supermarkets in Columbia, Maryland, where I got my start. I was the bagger. Me and my best friend Sherry.
But how did you get to the beautiful?
Because it just clearly makes sense. If you put the cans on the bottom, and you put the boxes on top of the cans. It's all about weight distribution. It just makes sense.
But I don't think that anybody can understand the absolute beauty and perfection.
I take pride in my shit.
No, you don't understand how, like, I appreciate you.
Now I don't even take bags anymore, because Long Island, Suffolk County is charging for bags, so they can take that where?
Take it back there.
Exactly.
I bring my own bags too. I have these black bags, and I like them because if anything spills, I can throw them in the wash.
But what if you forget? You don't always remember.
My day is ruined.
That's what I'm saying. I just feel like I'm not shopping today.
I actually have a few extra like plastic bags in my my trunk just in case.
See, I mean, yeah, it's proper performance prevents.
That's proper planning prevents poor performance.
That. Remember the other day I was trying to tell you
Yeah.
something. I was like, use a phrase you always used to use with me. That would be it.
Proper planning prevents poor performance.
Yes, exactly. I like that.
The way I gotta find a picture. You got I need to put you on
go
parade.
to the store. I'll
Okay.
bag your groceries.
Ridiculous.
And you can film me as I bag.
As you bag.
There was something I wanted to say when we were talking about the supermarket. And I can't even remember what. Wait, what was you saying? You started off with the
when people don't roll their like chips bags or cereal bag or something to tightness for freshness.
I can't remember. I'll think of it somewhere down the line. But it definitely it's not a pet peeve in the same vein as those, but definitely when it comes to the shopping, you kind of want that good experience. One of the things too, when we're talking about with shopping, one of the things that annoys me is like other people, how they treat, like, okay, we all go to the supermarket, or
Yeah.
we all, if you're rich and you're wealthy, you might not go to the supermarket, but you need groceries.
You need to go somewhere. There's
And
always a customer service person
I
somewhere.
cannot stand when you see like TV shows or stand-up comedians or just people on TV, whatever it is, and they're like, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be bagging groceries at the shop, right? It's like, why are you disrespecting
A grocery bagger. You know what else I hate? I can't
stand
stand it.
that.
It's a complete pet peeve. I hate when somebody tries to tell me that they treat people equal and they're like, I'll treat the CEO and the janitor the same. Your phrase just told me that you don't treat them the
Right,
same.
exactly.
So shut up. Take that where?
back there?
Mm.
I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, I don't really like it when, people make statements like that. I don't know if it's a pet peeve or just a plain and simple dislike of that type of rhetoric or talk or whatever. When
It's
people,
a pet peeve. It grades me. I feel it in my bones.
like I'm in the stores every day, and it's like I see how people get treated, and it's like, come on now, or they, the one thing, one of my pet peeves is when I'm doing something in a store, even if I'm not working there, or if I'm just a regular person, and nobody, like, for example, Home Depot, they all got orange aprons if you work there.
God, I know what you're gonna say.
In Target, you got a red shirt and khakis.
Best Buy, blue shirt.
Blue shirt, black pants. Stop and Shop, yellow shirt or purple shirt and khakis or jeans.
With the Stop and Shop logo on it.
Right. If I'm up in Target and I got a green polo, okay, and some blue jeans and some boat shoes, chances are I don't work there. So don't ask me, excuse me. And then one woman, she tried to play it off. She did it cool though. I had to give her stand back and give her applause. I was like, I don't work here. She's like, oh no, I didn't think you worked here. I just figured I'd ask you because, maybe you shop here before and maybe you could help me figure out where something was at.
That is amazing.
Right? She's like, I was just
Shout out to
asking because,
her.
I didn't see anybody else around. I figured maybe you might know. I was like, oh. All of a sudden I was like, see?
Now you wanna
I
help
don't
her.
like ugly.
Now you want to help her, right?
Yeah. Now I'm like, let me walk you over there. Can I hold your bags?
So you know what's so funny as you say that? It is a huge pet peeve of mine, and I find myself getting more curmudgeon as I grow older. So, I like merchandising, so sometimes you have to do something in a store. So, you'll be in a store and doing something in, let's say Target or Best Buy. I'm going to use Best Buy because it's clearly a blue shirt, black pants, and a lanyard.
Right.
Or some sort of tag. And you're doing something. And you have and you're just standing around and you're maybe fiddling with something on your maybe you're looking at something in your phone, checking like prices, because I do that, and somebody's like, oh, can you tell me about this printer? And you're like, no, I don't work here. Like, oh, well, then what are you doing? And you're like, excuse me? What are you doing?
Exactly.
You
Last
kidding
time
me?
I checked, your name was not on my paycheck.
You don't pay my bills.
Some people, man. We getting heated. I think we might need to chill out later. Next episode would be a good episode. But let's continue on with the pet peeves.
Hey.
One of my other pet peeves is when you're in a relationship, when you're with
A significant
other. When they want to just argue with you about nothing.
Gosh.
Like they just, that's their way because you're not communicating. Because I'm real good with the silent treatment. So somehow or other, I always find guys that like want to,
get a rise
politic
out of you.
and, yeah, get a rise, have a deep
And they
conversation.
do it in the most asinine way.
And then don't like, don't start hating on stuff that I like. I mean, I like General Hospital. If I tell you I like General Hospital, don't go into the whole, like, oh, they still on there. They're so fake. Motherfucker, I just told you I watched General Hospital. I've watched it for 40 years.
You don't like it. I like it.
Like, everything on TV is fake. And according to our president, so is the news. So what are we even talking about? Okay? What are we even talking about here?
Oh
I just don't like to argue. We can have a discussion and we can agree to disagree. Even I've had quote unquote arguments with guys who are like, well, if we're agreeing to disagree, I don't agree with that because I'm not agreeing.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, oh, you just want to continue to, and then then I storm out and leave and I'm done. And then I break up and now I'm single again. So I can't stay in a committed relationship. I think it's me. I think it's me. But it's like all that kind of stuff. And usually the arguments tend to be about like family goals. The obvious thing is like money.
Yeah. That's
everybody always,
about.
And my whole thing is like, when it comes to money, like, you can spend money. It's like you can spend your money and I can spend my money. But don't question what I spend my money on.
Oh,
we're not married. You know what I mean? I don't need judgment. If I want to go to the casino and gamble my fucking life savings away, I ain't paying your car note. You don't got to worry about losing your car because of me.
You mean you lose your car?
No, I'm saying.
Oh, like yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even if you're paying somebody else's bill, you're doing that out of kindness.
Right, but no, I'm saying if you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Nothing has been hindered by the fact that I've chosen to use my money in this way.
Fiduciary income.
Right. So let's not even, And I'm sure, I'm sure like you in a relationship, I'm sure money comes up and you decide, where you want to spend money and what you want to do. I'm sure sometimes money is like they say the root of all evil, and it can end relationships.
Yeah.
It has ended.
I think people value money in a way that I don't. And that's where the root of the problem.
How do you value money? How do you?
I know it's important and I respect it, and I think the time, like I always say, money is not cheap. The time it costs you to make that money, and for certain, I don't agree with certain ways that the money should go, or you don't agree that certain ways that I think money should go. But I've also fortunately or unfortunately, depend on what side of the coin you're on, I've had a comfortable upbringing, so I didn't really want for anything. I had such a wonderful experience. So now, as an adult, I just don't understand why my life would be hindered by not having a wealthy philanthropist consistently give me money. But whatever, that's life.
So I'm gonna possibly end our friendship right here, okay?
God.
Because I tend to disagree with you, and I reserve the right to sit back and allow you to state your case again,
okay.
And then tell me how you think I am with money, what my feeling is about money.
Okay, go ahead.
But from this side of our friendship, from I've known you for many years, and I just don't agree with you. Yeah, I just don't agree with you. I think that you have a relationship with money where you feel that it is a huge priority in your life. You feel like I personally feel, when I say you feel like, this is my opinion. I should say that.
Okay.
I should state that. But based on the conversations that we've had, I feel like your opinion or your feelings about money are like, I need it for everything. Like, to live a life that I want to live. It's like, I don't think that you really recognize the fact that it's not the end all and be all. Like, I think you may not realize how intelligent you are and that you're capable of pulling a dollar. You don't have to put all of your time and energy wondering and thinking about a dollar and thinking about what am I going to do, what am I going to do. I mean, obviously, you can say that, well, I have kids now, but you've always been that way, even before your kids. That's another pet peeve, not for you, but just in general. People that use their kids as a crutch when they've been that way their whole life.
Oh, like they're late because they all of a sudden they have kids,
Yeah,
but they've always been late.
You've always been late. You was late when you was 16. Okay.
Wait,
Let's be
keep
real.
talking because I'm choosing to hear compliments. Because I'm choosing to hear that you calling me resourceful.
I think you're very resourceful. I think that when you need a dollar, when you need a buck, you're gonna come up with a buck.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so
no, you're right.
And because of that, you've always valued the buck. You've
Yeah,
always felt that a dollar was important. So
Yeah.
for you to sit here and be like, it's not that you said it's not important, but it's like it doesn't mean as much to you as you.
Oh, you know what? I think I'm articulating myself and not the way that I'm intending to. Money is not cheap. Money is very important. I have a good relationship with it. I think it's necessary for the lifestyle that I am accustomed to and I give myself. But at the same time, I don't rely on money to make me happy. It helps. It's nice.
I think you do though.
Really?
I think you do. I think that you don't say it, but your actions convey it. And your things that you talk about, the things that you want in life, it always comes back to needing the money for that. As opposed to, let me see what I can do to work towards that.
No lie, in my head, I just saw that little shooting star go over us and go, the more you know.
Oh, was that NBC? Yeah, that's Learn to Read.
The more you know.
Yeah, true. True. That's a pet peeve of mine with you. You'll be trying to divert. I start telling you some real shit and you'd be like, do you watch Dear Black People?
I'm not diverting. That's a great show, though. I'm not diverting. I'm choosing to hear compliments, and I'm growing as a person by what you said, and I appreciate you.
Okay, good. So what's my issue? I'm gonna give it to you. What do you think my? Sometimes when you hear from another person,
when it comes to money,
yeah. What do you think about me?
I think you don't.
Or maybe let me tell you what I think, and then you can
okay.
let me know if I'm correct or not.
All right.
I don't really care about money. I care about money in terms of being able to have a roof over my head and, a bag of Doritos on my own and that kind of thing. But I don't, and being able to buy things for other people. I just bought myself 3 pairs of pants yesterday. One pair was 97 cents, one pair was $2.97, and the other pair was $4.97. And that's how I am with my money, okay?
Where did you go to buy
Old
these?
Navy.
Oh, hey.
They're clearance. But anyway, so it's like one of those things where I care about money in the sense that I want to be able to do some of the things that I want to do, but I don't care about it in terms of it. It's not like the priority in my life. What do you think? Do you think that's accurate or dispute me?
No, it's not about disputing. But I've said this to you before. I don't think that you believe you're deserving of all the money that you work very, very hard for. And I think that you do things in order to kind of show that you don't care about it. So I'm very, very lucky to have you as such a good friend. And
now you're dropping the bomb.
No, let me finish. I'm giving you an example. Giving you an example.
Okay.
So like let's say your rent is $30, your mortgage, your rent is $30 and you have $28 left and it's my son's birthday. Not only will you spend the $28, you'll whip out a credit card and spend $200 to make him happy.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I just don't believe you feel deserving of every penny that you work so hard for.
You know
and
what? Go ahead.
I think that you're very, very lucky in that you value relationships above finances, but I also think that you also very much cannot and are graded if you see someone else value finances over relationships, and there's a specific friendship that I'm thinking of where you don't go out of your way, but you don't go in your way, where you will consistently say, well, I don't value money.
Wow. When we end this, I'm going to have to find out who you're talking about, because I don't even know. I don't even know. I think there might be something to that. I definitely don't have a strong sense of value for myself. I value other people above myself. And so I would definitely give my last dollar like if I'm starving and we want the Chef Boyardee for $1 and there's only one, I'm probably gonna buy it for the other person. Be like, oh no, I got something at home. Just lie,
You'll be okay.
and then just go to bed.
I'll be okay.
You know, yeah, I'll be alright.
But see, no, you work very hard and you're deserving of every
But I don't know
dollar.
if that's about. Yeah, I guess I you know, it's like you know what it is. It's like I feel like when it comes to money, it's like the things that I want to buy. Like I work really hard. Like I've been working this week from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Oh.
and like all day, and then I'll get my check a couple weeks, and I'll have the money, and I'll be like, you know, I know that I work for that, but then you look at it and it's like I didn't really.
Hey, do you guys want to go out to eat? My treat.
No. I'm thinking like I would probably do that too, but but the first thing that'll go through my head is like I don't make that much money. I work so hard. I was so tired, and my check is bigger than it normally is, but it's still small considering how many hours I worked, and it's still not enough for me to be able to get the things that I want out of life. So fuck it, let's go out to dinner.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's anyway. That's a whole different show.
That's a whole different show.
We revisit that in the summer.
After.
So one of the other things that kind of, I guess it goes back to how we started this whole show with the spitting on the lip. Slobs, people that like everybody ain't got money. Speaking of money, but you don't have to look and dress like you ain't got like you have nothing. You know what I mean?
Like a complete slob.
Right.
You mean like just be neat, be clean. That's
right.
it.
Just take care. You know, take a bath every once in a while. I saw a picture of somebody that I haven't seen in quite a while. Just happened to see the picture and I was like, oh my God, they look horrible. Like what the hell happened? You know, and I know what happened. It's like you don't give a shit about your appearance, how you look. No, you out in public company amongst other people. And I'm not saying that you got to be flossing and stuff like that. But how about you get, you know, some Tide?
Are you talking about me?
No.
Oh.
No, I would never say that about.
Because I don't wash my hair that often. Every once in a while, I'm like, maybe it's me.
Yeah, no, I don't wash my butt all the time. No, I'm kidding.
Yes,
I'm
you
kidding.
do.
I shower every day.
You're methodical with your personal fragrance. No.
Yeah. Anyway, but no, it was not you. It wasn't, you know.
You know what I want to talk about real quick? I don't mean to cut you off, but you're talking about personal hygiene. Why is it that everybody with halitosis has to talk very close to your face? To your face, though. Like, I'll
they
smell it.
They spitting on your lip, but they breathing hard.
They talk. They're close talkers, but to you.
When somebody offers you a piece of candy or mint, do you think you have bad breath?
Or when you back away, don't you know that you're talking a little close?
Yeah, I don't think they get it. Maybe because it's been happening their whole life.
You and I have both been speaking to the same person. And I'm like, ooh, their breath smells a little. And then I'll back up. And then I see that they're getting to be very close talkers to your face.
Yeah, I can't stand a close talker.
I don't know
that's
why
a pet
people.
peeve too.
I don't know why people do that.
Like, you invaded my space. Like, back the heck up. Like, why? Like, when people are like all up in it. Didn't Missy Elliott make a song? Why you all in my grill? That's what I'm saying. Can you pay my bills?
Why?
I'm just saying. But yeah, it's like you got bad breath and you all in my grill. And you know when you know, if I go out, you know, on the prowl, you know, in the club, doing my shimmy shake, and the guy, you know, he's calling up and, you know, trying to whisper in your ear. You know, the minute he goes to whisper into your ear, that's when you know, like, okay. No, because I can't kiss him because his breath is stank.
Mm-hmm.
In college, we used to call it stink mouth. I think there was a rapper called Stink Mouth. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, that's definitely.
I got another one.
What?
Then this happens to me. I feel like it happens to me with one person. And listen, sometimes I'm messy. I'm very clean. I'm just messy. I'll have like little piles of messes everywhere. And they try to give me cleaning tips to my house. Well, they'll be like, "Oh, your sponge, you can put it in the microwave for 2 minutes to disinfect it." And I'm like, "Ew."
Just throw it away and get another one.
But I didn't ask you.
Right.
I didn't ask you. Or they're like, you know, if you use Clorox, it disinfects everything. I'm like, you know what? I didn't ask you. And I like my green products, but I didn't ask you. But thank you. And when they tell me, how come you don't have a toilet sponge? And I'm like, oh, because I use the disposable ones, because it's disgusting to me to leave a toilet sponge thing just sitting there in dirty water next to your butt. But,
you
whatever.
put me onto that. I like the, what is it, Magic Wand or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But, whatever. But I didn't ask you.
Don't go on people's houses. My aunt, I'm gonna blow up my aunt on spot. She'd be coming to my house and she'd be like, she put her pointer finger against the TV.
No.
It's like, and then look at it. Like, ooh. It's like, really, bitch? Do I need to go in your bedroom? Do I need to go in your like, really? Really? Is this what you're doing? It's a TV. Who dusts their TV every day?
Oh, not every day, but I do dust mine.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like,
but
you caught me on a non-dusting day.
Dusting day.
Shoot.
But who cares? Nobody asked you if my TV was dusty.
Speaking of which, I don't even like when people steal your cable.
Oh.
But go ahead. I'm just saying.
But now you try to watch TV and you see the one spot that they clean.
Yes. Now it's like, oh, now I got to clean it. It wasn't a cleaning day. Threw my schedule off.
I can't.
Now I got to get the lemongrass out.
I can't stand when people brush their teeth and they leave all those spots on the mirror.
Oh.
And then they don't clean it. And dirty light switches disgust me. Whenever I go to someone's house and I see their light switches are dirty, I know that they're filthy.
Yeah. You know what a pet peeve is of mine? It's actually, it's a pet peeve that I hate about other people. And it's like, the things that you hate about other people sometimes are things that you hate about yourself. So I hate, when a guy takes a shower and then, like, you get in after him. And now the soap is, like, this is why I use the soap in the tube.
Oh, gosh.
What do you call that thing?
The body wash.
Body wash. I use that. So now the soap is nasty, and then you look down and all his
body hair.
Body hair is
everywhere.
All over the place. It's like, I don't care if my, strands of hair when I'm brushing my hair on the bathroom floor, whatever. I'll clean it up when I clean it up. So that's what I'm saying. I don't like the
other people invading your.
Clean the soap, but when you're done with washing it on your body, however you use your soap, could you, like, get rid of the film? Ugh.
Can you tell me, is this an ethnic thing? So there's a certain ethnic group that I've noticed, and it drives me bonkers. Like, completely, it grates everything inside me. When people take a shower, this ethnic group takes a shower, and then they go to dry themselves, but they step out of the shower first, so the bath mat is all completely drenched.
Oh, no, I don't know what ethnic group that. I've never seen that happen to me before.
I find a lot of Caucasians do that.
See, why didn't you just start off with Caucasians?
Because I feel like I say this a lot.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's pet peeve
the white guys that I've dated I never noticed that. But it could have been because I usually take the shower. I try to take a shower before everybody. Like, when I'm with my family, we go on a family vacation, I'm like, I'm getting in that shower first. I want the hot water first.
Yeah.
I want to be in the shower. Like, I don't want to deal with, like, all the after effect, like a million people. Because the minute one person takes a shower, now it's a chain. Now everybody wants to be next. So if you go first,
and if you don't use a washcloth, I'm thoroughly bothered.
Yeah, there's an issue.
I can't use the soap.
Now I start using two washcloths because I was listening to Charlemagne, and he made such perfect sense.
What?
He was like, why would you use the same washcloth that you wash your butt with on your face? I was like, oh yeah.
I don't use a washcloth on my face though.
I like, because I have a special soap that I use now, Neutrogena, shout out. I don't know if it's working though. But it's like, I used to use the loofah. Is that the loofah?
Loofah.
But I didn't really like how it feels on my skin.
Yeah.
So now I just use two washcloths. It's getting a little personal here because it's
I use face wash, and then I use like a mild what do you call that?
The scrub?
Yeah, where it's like the sand stuff. Exfoliant.
See, this is what I'm talking about. You got this thing with money, and it's like, that's a money thing. That's that rich people thing. But exfoliant.
Oh, first of all, St. Ives makes a great one.
Oh, St. Ives? No, I know.
You
use the blemish control, the green tea. Which one are you using?
Oh, apricot. The apricot one.
Okay.
And then
Is it apricot or apricot? You said it twice, two different ways.
I said apricot. Oh my God, that's my pet peeve.
So you're trying to get on me?
Caribbean or Caribbean? Apricot, apricot.
You got on me last week with ideology and ideology. Just saying. We all do it. Tomato. My mom said tomato.
You know what I can't stand?
Can't
When
stand
people
she
say
says tomato.
when it's like an A ends in an A, but they say ER, and like when
That's
people
a New
say
York thing.
when people say soda instead of soda.
That's a New York thing.
Is it?
Yes, because I've been other places. I've traveled. It's only here. It's only here.
Oh my gosh, when you just said that, it reminded me of another pet peeve. When somebody like ain't been nowhere, but you take them somewhere, and all of a sudden they're trying to tell you about it, and
Right.
you're like, "Excuse me?"
Like they ain't never been on a plane. Now all of a sudden they're
trying
I
to
need
tell
first
you.
class. Like, word? Really? You was flying in 37B. So okay. Has there ever been a situation where a pet peeve ended your relationship? Not necessarily with a
Yes.
significant other, but friend, family.
Yes.
What was it?
Yes. Case in point, my 21st birthday. You,
Oh.
I, and another person went to go see my mom in the
Her
British
name was
Virgin
Shannon.
Islands.
She's not listening. Who cares?
In the British Virgin Islands. And listen, I travel a certain way, and if you cannot travel this way, I give you ample warning. I give you the protocol and the way I do things. If you cannot manage and keep up, we are forever, never, ever going to be friends. Well, I let her know about customs coming back into the U.S. at the San Juan airport. I said, hey, it's a long walk. You got to get there first, or you're going to be there forever, and I will not miss my flight. But then, well, it started off wrong, because when we were getting to the Virgin Islands, she had a gigantic suitcase rather than just a quick backpack. I can't stand when people are a little too, like, needy and complicated when they're traveling. She had a big suitcase filled with almost nothing, and she put all her money in it. Then the suitcase, obviously, because it was so big, was at the bottom of the pile. Of course, it ripped the fabric, but whatever. So on the way back through customs, I'm trucking, I'm walking, I'm going fast. I look behind, and there you are, homie, and I was like, oh, this girl, she gonna be hanging forever.
Larson syndrome and all. My legs was keeping up.
You were, and then this girl takes, like, I don't know how long to get to customs, and then we just decided to wait for her, where I was like, you know what? I'm going to tell the plane, I'm going to tell customs that she got something in her bag, because I can't stand her. And
you didn't do that.
I did not do that, but I wanted to.
Yeah.
I was so angry, and my friendship was over from that moment on.
That's crazy.
I couldn't. I'm done. I cannot.
That was a great trip for me, because I got treated like gold. You know, when there's an opportunity to treat somebody like shit, the other person has to be treated like gold.
That's my mom.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be real with it. My mom's like that. So if she really likes you, you know it. When she doesn't, she will treat you really shitty.
Her mother, when she picked us up, she's like, I don't cook.
I don't clean,
I don't do nothing. Yeah, I don't do
nothing. You're on
nothing. The
your
next
own.
morning, she was like, would you like some pancakes and bacon? I was like,
you did something, or you said something, and she was like, forever, I love her. That whole
was
trip,
it.
I was like, this bitch, she can travel. She is forever my friend. And even my mom was like, that's.
And that was
that's my
early in our
girl.
friendship, because it
Yeah.
was like I didn't know that I was on the chopping block. Like,
Traveling, yeah, you have
that
to.
was
Traveling.
But how egotistical of you to think that, you know, you're the grande dame of traveling. If you can't keep up with you, then you ain't good enough to be my friend. Really?
Yep.
That's your pet peeve.
That's
right?
my make it or break it.
Like, I've never ended a friendship or a relationship over a pet peeve. I have? I don't think I have. I mean, I'm not petty. I'm not petty, Betty. I'm not. I just, I stick it out. I usually end it over, like, I'll ghost somebody.
You'll go
over something, but it's over like I have a couple of friends where I've always felt like any relationship, whether significant other, family for me, and family, it always, family for me, when I'm about to say, has always been primary in my life. But I'm coming to realize that just because your family doesn't give you a pass.
Yeah.
And so I have ended relationships with people who didn't seem to have as invested an interest in me as I did in them.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying that we gotta like hang out all the time, but if I call and say, hey, how you doing? And the next time we speak is me calling you to say, hey, how we doing? And the third time we speak, hey, how you doing, is coming from me. Yeah, it's probably not gonna work out. And if it's a situation where we make plans and you don't show up, or I tell you, hey, look, I'm meeting you for lunch or whatever, my time is really valuable. If I believe in telling people how you really feel. Don't beat around the bush. You know, I have enough people in my life where if I lose you, it's okay.
Bye.
Because you were never meant to be there anyway. So if I tell you the God's the honest truth, like, hey, my time is very valuable. If we're meeting at 2 o'clock, I can understand, you know, you call me like, Tamika, I'm on my way. I ran into traffic or I got behind.
But they told you.
Right.
They
but if you
told
don't even show up, you call me we're supposed to meet at 2, you call me at 2:15, hey, I'll be about 10 minutes. No, it's not going to work for me. Especially if it's one time, okay, if we let it pass. Consistently, yeah, that's not going to work. And so there's certain things like that where I just feel like if I'm not being valued for me, then it's time to move on. And pet peeves comes into play because it's the consistency of it. If I'm the one that's always reaching out, if I'm the one that's always making an effort, as I see it to be, then it's pretty much something that annoys me, and then I just have to let it go. It used to not filter into my family, but it's become something that I've also instituted with my family.
Yeah.
And there's so many members of my family that I don't even speak to anymore. There's no argument or anything like that. There's nothing happened. But I realized that our relationship was one-sided, and it wasn't fulfilling me in any kind of way. Like, what am I doing here? And so you got to move on.
Yeah, I hate that. You know what's so funny? That the value of time really played into me because we both do field sales. When it's somebody calls for an appointment and you're there always 5 minutes early, and they make you wait another 30. You've already told me where my value is.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
And it sucks because when it comes to the sales and job, it's like if it was a friend or a family member,
it would not be acceptable.
Right, I just get up and leave. But because I'm like I need my job.
You know what?
It's like not right.
Once? So listen to this, right? So my kids transitioned from their toddler beds to their big boy, big girl beds, right? So I was selling the frame. So everybody had a car bed. So 2 had race cars, 1 had like this Volkswagen Bug, right? One of the race car ones, I was like, but I'll deliver, you know, because I had the truck, whatever, I'll deliver it. Sold it online, and homegirl's like, okay, I'll be home. And I was like, all right, I'll get there between 9:30 and 11. I'll text you before I'm leaving. Sure, no problem. Text, okay, I'm going to leave in 20 minutes. In the car, and they don't respond. But I'm like, you know what? Not everybody sits on their phone. I got to the homegirl's house, and this was to deliver. Doesn't answer the phone, doesn't answer the door, and I waited for about 20 minutes, because things come up, things happen, I get it. Well, we already established a date and a block of time, so I was like, you know what? All right, done. I left, I went straight to the donation place, and I donated the frame instead. Well, this was like, 9:45 that I started with texting, letting this person know I'm going to leave at this hour. This probably like 9:45 I was there. Anyway, at 2:15, they're like, okay, I'm back home now. You can come back. I was like, no, you didn't answer. You had no respect for me, my time, or that I was actually delivering the bed to you. I took it and I donated it. You can go right to such and such thrift and you can pick it up yourself.
Right.
Suck it.
There it is.
She was like, oh my God. Like completely like flabbergasted. And she was like, well, I was counting on that because my son really wanted it. And I said, oh, well then let your fucking son know that you're a piece of shit.
There's consequences. There's always consequences to that kind of thing. I was thinking about the episode of the Housewives of Beverly Hills where I can't. Why bring it up if you can't even remember the girls' names? But the one girl, they were supposed to meet for dinner or something, and she was like 45 minutes late. And then the other one, she had a sitter. The one waiting, she had a sitter. She's like, I have a sitter for this specific period of time. Are you coming? And she's like, yes, I'll be there in like 15 minutes. So anyway, she shows up 45 minutes late. Goes shoot to when they're all together. It comes out that she told somebody else that she was only 5 minutes late.
Oh,
but it's like, it's on TV.
Yeah.
It's on TV. So what do and Bravo ain't crap because they showing the phone click away. They showing the clock in the restaurant.
They foul.
So, but it's like, what people will respect you if you ask for their respect.
Own it.
But own it.
Own
it. Oh boy. But,
I got one pet peeve. Because I'm a food person. I love to eat. You and I both love to eat. I think me more than you. But when you're ready to chow down and you're like, you pre-plan the menu, you know exactly what you're going to start with, the whole thing. And then the person you're with orders a salad.
I don't give a shit. I'm still getting pulled pork with corn.
I take half of it home and then eat it by myself and chow down like an animal.
There's nothing better than eating leftovers by yourself.
Oh.
Nobody digging in or making
and
comments.
Nobody steals your leftovers.
And what is it about Thanksgiving and leftovers? Like Thanksgiving or Christmas that you can eat a massive amount of food, and then at the restaurant that same food you're like, oh my god, then you take it home and you can eat the whole thing.
I don't know. And meat and rice always taste better the next day. I don't know why.
Girl. Anyway.
I got another one. I got one that I just wanted.
Make it good. Let's close this out with some goodness.
It's not that great, but it just really, really bothers me.
Okay.
But I know why it bothers me. So, but I'm just gonna, okay. So, anyway. When somebody makes up phrases, like American phrases I'm not good with. I usually say them backwards or wrong, but I insist on using them anyway. But this is why this is a pet peeve. Somebody makes up a phrase. So they're trying to say something to you and articulate something. And they're like, are you going to be a willow tree or are you going to be an oak tree? And you're like, gosh. I don't know what that has to do with the price of cheese on a Tuesday. I don't understand.
Like eat your cake and eat it too. Have your cake and eat it too.
Why would I not eat a cake if I have it? I just don't understand these. But then you
choose which way you want to say it. Do you want to have your cake or do you want to eat your cake?
Both.
You can't use it in the same sentence.
Why?
What are you going to say? I had cake today or I ate cake today?
No, but the people with the phrase, like, oh, you want to have your cake or eat it too?
That's what the phrase pretty much means. Choose the way you're going to say it. Which one do you want? You got to choose. Choose one. 6 million ways to die.
Okay,
choose one.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. You're trying to tell me that phrase means you can either have it and do nothing with it or eat it and not have it?
You can have it or you can eat it. Like, think of it as a sentence. Think of it that way.
I am.
When you write a sentence, say, today I went to the restaurant and I had cake. Okay? You don't say, today I went to the restaurant and I had cake and I ate cake. Choose one.
What's the phrase then? What does the phrase mean?
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
What does that mean?
I just told you. When you think of it, it's going to a restaurant.
So does that phrase just mean grammatically you are incorrect?
Yes.
That's what that phrase means?
Yes, basically. And if you think I'm wrong, just tweet me at yes.
That was a really good segue.
Yeah. But I think that's what it means. That's how I'm taking it to me. If you think about it, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't.
Isn't that possession? You're in possession of a cake, right?
When you're eating it, are you not possessing it in your mouth?
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah.
Yes, they're both the same thing, but you don't
so
put them.
The other
you don't
thing
put both of them in a sentence.
What's the other one? The half a dozen in one and a 6 in another?
Right. Which is it? Are you gonna put them both in?
It's the same thing.
Right, but how are you gonna say it?
Then what's the phrase?
Are you gonna say it when I went to the store? When you say Tamika, can you go to the store and get me half a dozen eggs? You don't say, Tamika, can you get me a half a dozen eggs and 6 dozen of a half of eggs? Whatever the phrase is. Half a dozen, 6. What is the phrase?
6 in one hand, half a dozen in another.
Right. So you don't say.
But not everyone knows what a dozen is. Or a baker's dozen.
Who the hell don't know what a dozen is?
A lot of people. A lot of people.
Whatever. You know what? I'm done with you. I don't.
I'm your pet peeve right now.
Yeah, you're my pet peeve right now. I'm done. I'm not feeling that great. I'm hoping my chest X-ray is positive. Positive or negative? What do you want it to use? It
positive.
But negative means it's negative for any disease, right? Or heart condition.
So negative can be positive.
Right.
But we're always going to be positive. So let's stick with positive.
Well, you ended it on a negative pet peeve.
How?
Talking about things that you don't like, half a dozen or 6 of eggs.
Yeah, I just can't stand the phrase.
How's that phrase going?
I don't know. I don't get them, but I insist on using them anyway.
I'm gonna close this out with one pet peeve I have.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna need I don't know. Forget it.
See, that's a pet peeve.
Yeah, that's a pet peeve. I just want people to listen to the show. We got a little bit more each week. We gain a little bit more traction. Oh, you know what my pet peeve is?
Huh.
You not like really out there like promoting the show the way you should be, but I did say for episode 2 that I wouldn't bring it up again, but I don't care.
You know what I got this weekend?
What?
I got a message from a very, very longtime friend of mine about our Mother's Day show, and she had fond memories of my mom.
Oh, see?
And she was talking about how she appreciates her women tribe and how the show really, helped her think about it. And that really warmed
Doesn't
my
that
heart.
feel good when somebody that you don't expect to comment on something? It's pretty awesome.
I really appreciated that, but I also appreciated how she warmed my heart too by having a warm memory of my mom.
That's nice, especially with
Yeah.
the weekend,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Holler at you. I mean, holler. Anyway, well, good show.
Good show, homie. Good show. On a positive note.
On a positive note, please follow us on Twitter at Yep Yeah Yes and on Instagram at Yep Yeah Yes 18. Drop us a line, personal DM, slide in them DMs. I didn't realize you could slide into a DM of someone who's not following you.
Word?
Yeah, that's kind of
Slide into them DMs,
slide into them DMs. But not my personal DMs.
I want to know what people's pet peeves are. Slide
Yeah.
into those DMs. I want to know your
Yeah,
pet peeves.
let us know. And don't comment on our show. Like, we don't want to know pet peeves about us. Pet peeves about your life, okay? Not this week. Not
you
today.
can tell
okay?
me. I'm okay.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Okay. I'm
Anyway.
not crying. You're crying.
Anyway, good show.
Good show.
And I'll holler at the world, the 20 people out there, 30 people, 3 people, nobody.
Morning dew.
Holler at you next week. All right. Adios.
Adios, gato.